For us, you're in a session and you pick up on what?
Well, Harris, it doesn't take long for me to pick up on this. People are obsessed with Trump. They're fixated. They're hyper fixated on Trump, and they talk about some of the features of this disorder. They can't sleep. They feel traumatized by Mr. Trump. They feel restless. I had one patient who said she couldn't enjoy a vacation because anytime she saw Trump in the news or on her device, she felt triggered. So this is a profound pathology, and I would even go so far as to call it the defining pathology of our time.
These people come to you for the things that you described. Can't sleep, traumatized, perhaps depression. I don't want to put words in your mouth. But at first, you are there to treat an illness, a disorder of some kind. And what you figure out is the trigger.
Well, and Trump is the trigger for many of these people. And to be that fixated on a figure, on a person, it's simply not healthy. And our country has strayed so far away from where we once were.
Wait, so this is actually a thing? Like, I've always heard, in the news, like people like jokingly, or just people in general, like out in public, having conversations, like joking about TDS, which is Trump derangement syndrome. But this is actually a thing that people are being diagnosed with, or they're going to their physicians and telling them that they have this situation or condition. Nah, man. This guy had to be paid. There's no way. A person he said somebody couldn't even enjoy their vacation because of Trump. Come on, man. This is what the left has done to people. This is what the left, the liberal community and the people on the left, this is what they've done to people. Where they're literally having derangement syndromes over a president. A guy that's gonna be in office for the next 3 years? 2028, he's out. Bro, I'm telling y'all, bro, we need to start an organization, a research fund or something. We need to understand what's going on in these people's minds, because it's not normal. This is not normal. We can't sit back and act like this is normal. This is not normal.
I have a question, because I'm not entirely sure this is legal to be teaching. Because according to our president, there's only 2 genders, and he said that he would be freezing agencies' funding programs that promote gender ideology.
You are under misconception that what I'm saying.
Your gender is not illegal. According to President Trump's executive order, if you want me to read the paragraph in the order itself.
It's not enough. If you are uncomfortable in this house, you have no right to leave.
Yes.
What we are doing is not illegal. And if you would like to claim that it is, you need to talk to the department or the head of the.
Well, I've already been in contact with the president of A&M, and I actually have a meeting with him in person to show all of my documentation tomorrow. But
we are also aware of this part of why there was a river in the past.
Yes.
I'm not convinced that your proposal will be effective in stopping illegal teaching that is biologically true, because I do have the legal and actual authority.
Okay. Yeah, no, I am.
Nah, what she's teaching in that class is not biologically true. What is biologically true is that there are men and there are women, 2 genders. As this student pointed out, President Donald Trump has declared that there's 2 genders: male, female, man, woman, girl, boy. It's very simple. I don't know why these people try to complicate things. And I was just thinking to myself, right? This is why, in my opinion, like I've told people, and I've always said this, right? If you're not going to school or college to study engineering, math, if you're not getting a STEM degree, becoming a doctor, like doing something that actually makes society run, it's literally worthless to go to college. It's not worth it. I'm just going to be blunt about this, and I've said it before, and I'm going to say it again. College nowadays is just an excuse for young teenagers and for young people to F off for 4 years of their life and do a bunch of BS and everything like that. I mean, I just cannot imagine, like, as a parent paying $30,000 per semester, $60,000 per semester. Texas A&M, I'm pretty sure that's very, very expensive, right? You're paying hundreds of $1,000s over a 4-year span. Your child has to go into debt. You have to go into debt potentially to pay those loans off, right? Just for your kid to get an education. And this is the stuff that they're teaching in class. It's just crazy.
So I'm advised by counsel for the respondent that they indeed encourage this and had the substitution and have no objection and waive any objection they would have to the your services as a translator here. The division has a concern and has raised an objection based on the fact that counsel, much like me, in my capacity as a hearing officer, don't speak Spanish, and therefore we're unable to decide independently whether
I can't watch it. I mean, that was very, very painful to watch. Not because, you know, there's somebody who speaks a different language, but because, like, how is it that a person who is, you know, a person who is in a political position of power, right? They need a translator, like, to understand what people are telling them. In a country where English is the first language, I would assume that you would have to have a profound understanding, damn near fluent in English, to be in a position of power. Like, I'm generally asking the question, how did this guy get appointed or elected? What possessed people to vote this guy into office? And most of us Americans do not have a problem with people speaking a different language, right? I speak Spanish, so I understand, right? It's very, very good to know different languages, right? I speak Spanish, right? I understand Spanish. But how is a person, you know, where English is not their first language, and on top of that, they don't have a profound understanding. They're not proficient enough in that language. They have to use a translator, for God's sake, to understand what other people are saying to them. How is that person in office? How is that person an elected official? How are they allowed to get into office? And it's just a recurring theme, because this always happens in blue cities. Always cities who lean left. Always cities who are filled with liberals. Every single time. Pattern recognition. It's absolutely mental, bro.